welcome to the MOLO360 podcast. And I'm here with Daniel. I don't know where that. Yeah, I see. Yeah. Known as DSdude or DSdude 500.
Yep. Yeah.
So we're just gonna get into it. Daniel, tell everyone about yourself. Let's
Okay.
go.
So yeah. I mean, like, honestly, during the day, I'm kind of have a pretty boring life, I guess. I went to college, I got a job, and
Pretty boring.
but
Yeah.
like, I started getting into vaporwave, and then started getting into DJing and that kind of thing, and visuals, and that's kind of taken over as far as like what I do in my free time, which is
Mhm.
awesome because I love it. I like being creative, and like there was a good point where like I wasn't being creative, and so like now I am again, which is dope.
Yeah, you
But I
work
wish,
so hard.
yeah, I wish I could like quit my job and do this like full time, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe when like things go back to IRL, I can actually like DJ full time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I do DJing. I do visuals for
Yeah.
people that don't know me.
I love when
Um,
you DJ in that hypercam. That's
oh
so
yeah,
fucking
yeah, and
cool.
like the virtual reality thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super dope. Uh, um, I don't know if you guys have seen Daniel DJ. I feel like most of you have because I know most of the people that are in chat, but he is an amazing DJ. And yeah, and he's also really good with visual arts, like graphic design and stuff. So his like DJ sets are always filled with like eyegasms. So if you haven't checked him out, please
Yeah,
do.
and there's some VODs up on my Twitch channel, the at DSdude 500, from like our Rosewood events and stuff like that. I've done stuff with. I haven't done visuals for Virtual Memory, but I've done DJing for them. Um,
Hmm.
and then yeah, and like I've done a couple other streams like Vapor Space, um, yeah, and the Culture Agency, which is also part of like kind of like part of Vapor Space.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, and I like your shirt, which is
Oh
virtual
yeah,
memory.
thank you. Yeah, I know. I,
Oh,
I
and
had to
you're
buy
on
this
it.
shirt. Yeah, I could not buy it. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Alex from Pacific Plaza, right? Whoops, there. Did a great job with the design of this one. I think this is probably my favorite like poster he's designed yet.
I just gotta say thank you, Metal, for getting Daniel's ad out there. Thank you for being the real one. He's the best
Oh, thank
mod.
you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you have plans like for? Do you want to share any of your future
Yeah.
plans?
Well, I mean, yeah. So right now, the next upcoming thing is the Virtual Memory 16. It's going to be kind of like a Halloween special, and
Sweet.
me and the rest of the crew are all very excited because we've kind of come up with these alternate personas of like different figures in the vaporwave scene, and we're gonna. It's gonna be fun. Like I think this is probably gonna be my favorite one that
Yeah.
I've seen or gotten to be part of even. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. That's
That's
why I have the
cool.
green screen set up behind me right now. Actually, it's for recording later.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
yeah, we got Rosewood events coming up soon. We have one that got postponed, and I'm not sure when that's coming yet. But then we just announced one organized by Sev. That's going to be November 21st, Saturday. Yeah,
Woo!
so that's gonna be a big. We have some really big guest stars for that, and I'm really excited.
Are you
We
allowed to
can't reveal it
share?
yet.
No? Darn.
No, we can't say it yet. I can't say it yet.
Well, like, since you brought up Rosewood and I put it on my poster, do you want to talk about that?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So Rosewood basically, that was started by my friend and fellow George Clan fan club member, Kev. Goes by Keb, Keb, on a lot of his socials. And yeah, I met him because I was talking about, or I think one of the two of us posted in the George Clan fan club, like, "Hey, is anyone in LA going to this Tennyson and Swarty Loop concert?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going." And he was like, "Oh cool, like we should meet up." I'm like, "All right, cool." So we met up. Um, we hit it off pretty well and just became friends from there. And then he had been trying to kind of put together some online, or not online, some real life parties and stuff. He wanted to start like making these like shows happen. And so he did one for the 4th of July, like just a big 4th of July party basically, with his friends from Titan Radio and I guess Fullerton College, and or Cal State Fullerton, sorry. And yeah, like I went to that with Peeb, Peab is his alias.
Your real
Um,
life friend.
yeah, my real life friend since high school. We drove like over an hour or something, like out to the middle of nowhere in California, to this like ranch basically, and we just had like this crazy big party, um, with a bunch of people. Like I didn't know anyone there except Kev, but everyone there was like so like chill and welcoming and very friendly.
And that was like an
And
outside event. I think I saw
hmm
videos. Looked really
yeah,
pretty.
yeah, it was basically on like this goat ranch or like a goat farm. I don't know
Did you
how
pet
to
any
describe it
goats?
really. I didn't get to pet any of the goats. No,
God
I should have
dang
asked.
it. Yeah. Did
Or
you
I
get
didn't get to
any
drink any
goat
goat
milk?
milk
No,
either. No, I did not.
darn. Was it even worth it? No, just kidding. Of course it was. The
Yeah,
music.
it was intense because like someone had brought like fireworks and was just setting them off in the middle of like the outside like dance floor area,
Mhm.
and like that was cool. Um, but yeah, like so that was like amazing. That was like really fun.
Yeah.
Um, and since then he did a couple more events. Um, at like some other cool venues and stuff like that. He did one at like a botanical garden. They basically like let us use that space like after hours. That was really cool. And what
Goat
else?
party.
Yeah, and then there was a venue. I think it was in Hollywood or just in LA, that he got to rent out and had a couple like live bands perform and play at. So yeah, it's been cool. And then the pandemic happened because that was in February, was the last event he had put together.
Screw
End
this
of February, so
pandemic.
like right before COVID started.
Yeah.
Um, and then like things were kind of like chill for a bit. Nothing was really happening. And then we did I participated in the Vapor Space stream. I got asked by Ronnie to do visuals for that. I did visuals for Sports Girl, which is Vapor's other alias.
Yeah,
And
that was amazing. I wish I could like put a
thank
clip.
you.
Oh, if I was like better at the Switch thing, I wish I could put a clip of like your art or like, you know,
hmm
um it's probably in your Twitter, right? Like a picture of
Um,
it maybe.
yeah,
If
there's
anyone
probably
wants to
something, yeah,
look
buried
back.
deep in Twitter. But
Yeah.
I have the full like VOD, but um, yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with that yet. I need to talk to Vapor some more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like so that was like the first thing, and that was a huge hit. We raised like so much money for Doctors Without Borders. It was
Mhm.
amazing. Like that was like looking back, and like everyone was in the know about that show, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Um, and like we just had like so many people on board for the project, and so many people like pushing it. It was like amazing, and like to raise
Yeah.
like over $5,000 across 2 days was like amazing.
Yeah,
So
that was amazing.
yeah.
I was there for that. I
hmm
would not have missed it. I'm glad I didn't. That was so awesome. I mean, these
Yeah.
live shows have like given me so much life and like
hmm
seeing you part of them, like my friend. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
shit, yeah, go Daniel. Woo!
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been like so much fun to like it's I mean it's given me a good creative outlet and something to do, and to kind of
Mhm.
fill the void where like I would be going to shows every weekend, you know what I mean? like vaporwave, non-vaporwave shows. I was going to concerts almost like every weekend, basically. I was always trying to find, like, literally, I would spend my lunch breaks at work looking at Facebook events and just trying to find something like to do on Friday or Saturday or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
feel super like amazing when I go to concerts. Like that's like my life. I love
yeah,
going to concerts. When I was younger, well, when I was able to go to concerts, which was in my high school years, I like when my first concert was Warped Tour, and I just
yeah,
felt like this is where I feel safe. Like these people are different just like me. I don't know. I feel like I'm different compared to a lot of people where I live. Everyone, there's like a specific style of people, people with boat shoes,
boat shoes.
boring, normie clothes. And like Warped
Yeah,
Tour is like, oh, everyone has colored hair. Everyone is like different,
right.
and
Yeah,
and like the music, like and how you felt it on in your heart, and like you know, and I don't know. Concerts are amazing, and I can't wait. But also, I still kind of, I mean, it's not like the same exact feeling, but it is like a similar feeling even with these live
yeah,
shows. I mean, these
yeah.
you know, online shows. Like it's like a different, awesome
Exactly.
feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we all still get together in our Discord calls or whatever, and we drink, we chat while the show's going on, and it sucks that like we can't all like be together physically, obviously, but
Yeah.
we're making the best of it, and
Yeah.
so like seeing Ronnie pull that off. I mean,
Yeah, that was
everyone involved
epic.
made that happen, but Ronnie was the one who really just made it happen. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, Ronnie is an incredible.
yeah. So for those that don't know, Ronnie runs Vapor Space, which is an in-person like monthly vaporwave show night in St. Louis, and I mean he basically that was what he was doing, and then Corona happened, COVID happened, so like he didn't know what to do basically,
Yeah.
and so then like after that, basically someone in Rosewood asked me like Danny, our friend Danny, Valley Wally. I don't know. They have a lot of aliases, but
Yeah, love them. They're
mhm.
amazing.
They said to me like, "Hey, when's Rosewood doing a show?" And I was like, yeah, "That's a good question." Like, so I started talking to Kev about it, and basically like was just like, "Hey, like I've got some ideas. Let's get the ball rolling on this." And he was like, "Okay, yeah." And we basically wanted it to be a kind of showcase for like the people within Rosewood, and that's the other thing too, is like Rosewood is made up mostly of people who friends of Kev, people from like the George Clanton fan club, who like we all met either at like Econ 1 or like Econ 2 or the New Year's Eve party that George Clanton threw. So basically it's like we have people that DJ, that make vaporwave, whatever, and it's like I don't know if I mean obviously live shows, or not live shows, but URL shows have kind of grown to the point where they're reaching out to like further into the pool of talent that's out there. But in the beginning it was like a lot of just the bigger names. So like we wanted to be like, hey, like these are the smaller artists, these are the smaller DJs, like let's put a show together.
Yeah.
And
And it turned out so great. I feel like damn. And you guys Rosewood's first
mhm.
online show was also a charity, right?
Yes, yeah, we
So like you
wanted,
guys were like,
yeah,
let's do
yeah,
this with
from
good intentions as well.
from the beginning that was the whole idea, was to take inspiration from Ronnie's Vapor Space show and just kind of be like, how can we do something for a good cause as well, basically. And we raised over $2,400 for the ACLU, which this was around the time during George Floyd's death and all the protesting, and the American Civil Liberties Union is just a great cause, I feel like. So
Mhm.
that was kind of why we made that choice. And,
Yeah.
you know, I was totally floored that people donated that much money.
Yeah.
I mean, we hit the donation goal in like the first hour, which was $1,000 originally, and then we doubled it, and then we passed that. Like, I was just, oh my god. So if anyone in here donated to that or the second show, like, thank you. Seriously, like, it's amazing. Like,
Thank you, Chili. Okay. Yeah, and yeah, everyone who even donated $1, you're a hero. Like you gotta
hmm
like pat yourself on the back because that was
yeah.
amazing.
The way I looked at it too, because I've been donating to a lot of these streams as well, it's like
Mhm.
I'm not spending any money on like drinks at shows or like even concert tickets. Like all of these shows have been put on for free,
Mhm.
and all of the work that I'd say by and large the work that people are doing for these shows is all um, free. It's all
Mhm.
just either like whether they want to put themselves out there or they want to do it for the cause. It's like it's all for free. And so if a stream is
Yeah.
for a charity, it's like the money you're not spending on shows, like give it to a good cause. Basically, is kind of
Yeah.
my philosophy on that.
That's the greatness of these online shows is like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like it is free, but you could also help like yeah, that is so great. And like what people have done, what you have done and all
hmm
that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I honestly, we can't do it without the support of everyone who watches and like
Mhm.
follows on social media. Like people spreading the word is like the biggest thing because you know what's interesting to me is that collectively, I feel like there's like a pretty big follower base, but actually getting the turnout for the streams is like really hard.
Mhm.
And it's hard to like even break like the 100 viewer mark. I notice
Yeah.
when I watch a lot of these streams. Um, and I don't remember if our Rosewood stream broke 100 or we got like right up to 100, like 99 or something.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
remember like it
yeah,
getting up there and I was like, "Damn, this is actually wow." Like the turnout was so great because you guys are all newbies, you know? So
hmm
like in a way, in a sense, not necessarily new to making music, but like compared to like DDS and like, you
yeah,
guys are
exactly.
new music and the next generation. So
Yeah,
like that
and
turnout was amazing.
and the other thing too is that like it wasn't really all vaporwave. We had people from within the vaporwave scene like doing a little bit of like vapor stuff, but then also just like
Mhm.
we also threw in genres that are not associated with vaporwave like whatsoever.
No.
um and but everyone still loved it regardless, and that was like really awesome to see because I remember we were really nervous, like it's like damn, like this is like gaining a lot of traction, like people are excited for this event. I really hope people don't feel like let down because it's not like strictly vaporwave. And that totally like wasn't the case. Everyone loved it. So I was so stoked. Yeah.
Yeah. I just gotta
Yeah.
say, no, these are religious books. I wish they were full of weed, but they actually have pages. And these are all my dad's, just saying. This is not mine. Alright. That's all I gotta say, but also much love to Rosewood. Hearts in
Yeah.
chat.
Thank you,
In
everyone.
ours,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aw. Yeah.
Hearts in
It's
ours.
yeah. Yeah. Seriously, I feel like the love that people have shown is kind of what keeps us going. It's really just kind of like you
Yeah.
know we've got like 2 or 3 events like in the works like ahead of time. We kind of, so that was the thing, was we really crunched like hard
hmm
on the first one.
I remember
Like,
you being like
yeah.
working your ass off, like just to get this going, and like
Yeah.
even I'm gonna say we've talked about it like without you
hmm
and everyone just like respecting your work ethic and being
Aw.
like, damn, like Daniel
Thank
really.
you.
No, I'm serious. Like 100%. Like yeah, you're amazing. Like I
Oh,
wish I had that work ethic. You put so much work into
thank
that.
you. Yeah, it was a lot of, long nights and little sleep, but
Thank you,
it's
Pacific Plaza.
oh, hey.
I need
It's
to know his
so
follows. Sorry.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're good. It's like yeah, like we ran on like such a tight schedule though, just because like I don't know, it was tough to get all the sets in and the visuals done in time, but like I chugged energy drinks, stayed up all night, and like went to bed at like 7 a.m. for the first one, and then like I woke up at like 1 in the afternoon or something just to like make sure that the file had like exported correctly, and
And on top of
yeah.
that, you were like, were you still working at that time? I don't
Yeah.
know. You
Oh,
were.
yeah, I was back to work, yeah.
Yeah, you were back to work. So like, on top of that, you were dealing with work, and it was just
Yeah.
like, wow, like but you did it. Like,
I don't even know how. Yeah.
yeah.
It that's the thing about like visuals and stuff like that, and it all just kind of like it has to like click into place, and
That's
there's
good.
been a couple sets I've like worked on where like I've changed direction at like the last minute, but because the second idea is so much more like solid, I'm able to get it done like in a fraction of the time because I just know like what I want and how to do it versus like I don't know what I want and I don't even know how to do it if I did know what I wanted, like that kind of thing. um but yeah, then like yeah, the second one was, I want to say it was easier. um I was also reteaching myself Adobe Premiere Pro, um because I didn't. Shout out to A Greg, by the way, for letting me use the cloud subscription because the show almost didn't happen, the first one, because
We got some
I was having
A's in
issues
the chat as well.
with
Hey, Greg.
yeah, I was having some issues with my copy. You know, totally legitimate reasons why I was having issues. So she hooked me up with the Creative Cloud, and I was able to get the whole thing in the timeline and edit it all together. Um, but yeah, that was yeah. So the second one was a lot smoother because we kind of had, I want to say we had a bit more time to prepare and get things in order, and then set better deadlines for stuff. We,
Yeah.
the first one was rough, but like the second one went smoother. Definitely, I didn't have to stay up nearly as late. I think I stayed up until 4
Not to
the night before, but that's it. Yeah.
detract
Sure.
anything, but only dance.
Oh yeah, only dance.
That's what Pacific
Yeah.
Plaza.
hmm
That's
Yeah. So we've got these like long running jokes now, which is kind of crazy. Um,
yeah, and you hate it too, right? Like sort
I
of.
mean,
You
yeah. I mean,
you
I
meme with it,
accept it.
but
Like, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you accept it, but you're like, let it
Right.
die.
Yeah.
Let it
Yeah.
die.
Kind of. I'm okay if it dies. If it doesn't die, whatever. Maybe I will
I
set up
think
my
it's
own.
I think it's a great like joke, like a
Yeah.
rosewood joke, like.
I mean, I was just talking to Nrail about maybe setting up a Patreon for like doing like visual tutorial stuff if people were interested in that, and
I
then
think that's a great idea.
that would be my only Dan's basically. So,
Just minus the DS nudes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't want it to be like a plus 18 Patreon because that's not the point of it, obviously. Even if it was a
Yeah.
joke, it's not going to be for that kind of stuff.
Well, you should have like $1,000 tier that's like you get one only. I mean DS
Oh my
nude.
god.
If
Yeah,
you
but it's all
pay
glitched
the
out and pixelated or
yes,
something,
but you don't have to specify that. You just say
Right.
only one DS nude. $1,000 tier.
Yeah.
Hey,
Definitely.
if you could, I mean, if like there are people on like OnlyFans that like do that. That
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna show everything, and then like they don't, and they make the money anyways.
Yeah.
For instance.
That's. I don't want to go down that
Yeah,
path.
we
Honestly, that's.
could
Yeah.
switch off.
Oh no, I just meant like personally. Like I'm not. I don't. I hope I never do that. That's just not for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. You have morals.
Well, no, I mean it's not even that. It's just like that's
Well,
not
you
for
don't
me. I
like
don't
tricking
think I
people.
couldn't that. Yeah, but I don't think I can handle exposing myself like that. You know what I mean? Like
Oh
that's
yeah, me
that
neither,
takes guts.
honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I no
takes
high
huge guts.
respect for OnlyFans people and sex workers.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
when
I mean
I
they're
joke
making bank.
about it, I don't like mean it in a hateful way.
Hmm.
Respect.
Of course. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, like Rosewood has been
$2,000.
like it's kind of crazy because I feel like we're still kind of like I mean we're really just like this close knit group of friends who like desperately wish we could like see each other in person again.
Yeah.
Like that's where it all came from. Like I forgot to mention, but before we even did our live show, we were trying to do like either like weekly or like monthly like game night type stuff during like quarantine. Like,
That's
but
back
then we
on, sort of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we were doing like these just like little DJ nights. It was like oh like me and like young Shiro and Q and Luxury like oh let's all like put some sets together and then we'll just stream them into like the Discord call or like we'll go on like a private Twitch channel and like host it there.
Yeah.
And like that was a lot of fun. We
And
were
like
doing
Dan
that.
Soko.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a lot more free time when quarantine first started. I was out of work for like a month or two, basically. I think a month and a half. And then they were like, "Yeah, you need to start coming back to the office." And I was like, "Oh my god, this sucks."
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it kind of sucked. Yeah.
Yeah, things opened up way too fast.
Mhm.
Our government sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I work at
Okay.
a small private company, so I'm not really like in too much danger there. But like, we did have like one COVID scare, and like literally they basically were like, "Okay, everyone, like stop working, go get tested," and no one else tested positive. And it's like we've been wearing masks, using gloves, hand sanitizer, so yeah. Some people keep pulling their mask down, which I don't like. Like they pull it like below their nose, and it's just like, what are you doing? But
Then what's the point of the mask? Like.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But
you're
use
just
that
breathing on
fucking
everything.
mask. Like Vapor said, he finds it attractive.
Dude, yeah, I think the mask look is cool. I really
You
do.
can hide the ugly, you know? Wait.
No.
I could do it right now.
There's a delay on the camera, so like I'm seeing the video chat like with like a 30-second delay.
That would be stupid.
I was just
I'm not gonna.
I was just saying I see the
that.
video chat.
Imagine not wearing a mask, right? Those
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
people, insane. Imagine not like saying like making all your followers be like think this is a whole hoax, and
Yeah.
then not wearing a mask yourself, and then getting COVID yourself. Imagine doing that.
Yeah, that's some bitter irony and some honest to goodness karma right there.
Exactly. Like, well
Yeah.
deserved karma.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I've
I got my water too.
Rosewood like doing all of the shows and stuff has been like just so helpful for I think a lot of people like not just people within Rosewood but like, you know, the people that watch it, you know, it's like you know, I'm happy that we get to put a show together that people enjoy and gives people a relief from this, you know, hellish year we've had. And, you know, it's been hard for everyone in different ways and different capacities, but like, you know, things will go back to normal eventually. And I'm looking forward to that. I don't think URL shows are going anywhere, at least for the foreseeable future. I think that even when things go back to IRL, there's still going to be like this. Well, hey, like, what about me? Like, I live in this remote city in the flyover state, or something like that. Like, I want to participate. Like, I know that Pacific Plaza for the virtual memories was starting to like do streams at the shows so that other people could tune in. This was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be more common, at least with vaporwave stuff. I mean, because we want everyone to be able to participate and see what's happening. And the more that happens, then the more people will be like, hey, like, we can throw shows, or like, let's go to these shows. Like, this looks fun.
Yeah.
I didn't really start going to concerts until a couple of years ago, honestly, like going consistently. I saw the Flashbulb live. I think that was my first major concert. Or no, I saw this metal band called Ne Obliviscaris at a very small, like, local venue, which was kind of crazy. They were from Australia, I think. They were doing a big, like, world tour. But, like, they were at this really small venue, but it was packed. Like, everyone was stoked for that.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna interrupt. Sleep
Sure.
Pattern said this. You can say that, but I'm gonna disagree. URL shows are getting stale and really need a facelift. And what do you think about that?
So I agree. I think that they're missing a bit of interactivity. I feel like a lot of the times you can kind of put them on and you can go about what you're doing. Maybe you'll type in the chat. But something like, I don't know, kind of like maybe like what George Clanton's doing with his streams. He has the 24/7 camera where you can type in commands and they'll affect what happens in their little garage studio.
Yeah.
You can move the camera, do all kinds of stuff. And like,
I think that would be
feel
dope. Like a live,
Yeah.
like URL show would be so dope.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
there's been a few attempted, but it's really hard just
Yeah,
because of like everyone's internet connections being so kind of
yeah,
trash
that's
sometimes.
kind of
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it's done and it's done well, that would be insane.
Yeah, and I like what Alex just said about keep building the local scenes again. Yeah, that's going to be huge. So many venues getting shut down, and also just kind of like I think it does make a lot of sense to kind of focus on like the local talent, because it's like you've got these people who you can like regularly have. There's tons of people. I mean, I'm in LA County, so it's like there's so many people that live here that are musicians. That's true. Yeah. Oh my God. How did I forget that? Yeah. Picari's been doing it live since like day one, basically, of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pacific Plaza is definitely going to be doing something in the future soon. Because a lot of the artists and the residents are, based in Southern California, so it's definitely like possible.
We love Pacific Plaza.
Definitely, yes.
Let's get PP in the chat.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, big shout out, Virtual Memory,
Woo!
Pacific Plaza. Seriously,
Yeah.
just I miss the IRL Virtual Memory so badly, and I'm sad because like the last Virtual Memory, it was like right before a Picari event, but Picari is on a Sunday, and like I work on Monday, and like I can't. I'm just kicking myself that I didn't like take that day off, that Monday off. I should have gone to Picari Sweat, and I could have, partied one last time with everyone.
Yeah.
But it's like we never knew like when things were gonna get bad. Like I went to a show March 11th, March 10th maybe. That was like a week or two before they officially were like, yeah, shut everything down. No one go to the office. Close everything. Like we had the big closure here in LA like a week later. But I went to like this warehouse like downtown LA like DJ thing, and that was a lot of fun. One of my favorite like house DJs is Jacques Green, and he's just phenomenal. And even though it wasn't like him playing his songs, he did play a couple of his songs in the set. But just like seeing him work the decks was like, holy shit, this guy is amazing. I got like right up there to the front, like towards the end of his set, and got to actually like see him like mixing was just like inspiring. So yeah,
I'm just gonna talk about Electronicon real quick because I
sure.
think that what you're talking about just reminded me of it. Like, I had never experienced like artists, like musicians, like, just walk around freely. And that was
Yeah.
an experience for me.
Hmm.
Cause in Warped Tour, like, they had lines for meet and greets and all that
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
The guys weren't just like walking around chilling. They had their own, like, section to themselves, and that's where they would stay unless they had a meet and greet. You had to sign up
Yeah.
for, pay for, all that.
That's yeah. That's lame,
Yeah, it
man.
was, but I mean, if it was free, it was just like you just have to wait in line a bit, and you get to meet the people, which is cool. And then, like, I
Yeah.
mean, and like with normal concerts, like like normally 100 to $300, like Green Day, like you could only pay like a lot more to meet them. So it's like that experience where George Clanton was right there and
Right. Yeah.
everyone, that was insane. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa,
I have this
just
distinct memory
fucking
of
crowd.
from Econ 2 actually, where like you know I think George was a lot calmer during that one, and I just remember we were at like we were like walking like through the smoking patio, and like forget who we bumped into, one of the artists, or maybe it was George. Maybe George was just out there. We were talking to George, and then like 18 Carat Affair pops through and like puts his arm over George and just like, hey, like how's it going? You know, and we're just like, holy shit, like you're 18 Carat Affair. What?
Yeah.
Like, just
he's
like, yeah.
he's sweet. When I met 18 Karat Affair at that one show,
Mm-hmm.
you were there in
The
New York.
babies, all
Yeah,
right, yeah.
yeah. He was like super shy, and
Mm-hmm.
but super sweet still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I miss yeah, I miss New York so much.
I love
I'm
New York.
for those of you that don't know me, I was born in Manhattan in New York. So but I've lived in LA basically my entire life. I visited New York a lot as a kid and as a
Mhm.
young adult. Well, maybe not a young adult. As a tween, I guess. I don't remember the last time I went before Econ. Like I don't know. So yeah, like going back to New York was like very like nostalgic and emotional for me. Like I just like remember I got off the subway because we were staying in Brooklyn for econ, obviously, and then we like
Mhm.
one of the days prior we went to Manhattan. I got off the subway, like got up the steps, and like just like tears welling up in my eyes, just kind of like looking around and like seeing all the familiar like sites of like the apartments and stuff. I was just like, man, like holy shit. And
Yeah.
yeah, that whole trip, that was like the most magical week of my life.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the reason why I got into vaporwave. Was
Hmm.
that specific trip and that experience. Like, that was amazing. Like
Yeah.
meeting you guys, even though I
Hmm.
was like, I'm like, I'm hi. Like,
Yeah.
you guys
But even
absolutely don't know me, but
like even like being new to this scene, it's like that's the best thing about like the vaporwave scene is everyone is so like welcoming. At
yeah,
least in person. I know that people there's like this reputation online that like people, it's like oh, it's like clicky or it's like I don't know. People have this weird conception about it, and it's kind of like, you know, it's totally like I remember meeting everyone at the tape swap or
hmm,
at like the barcade we went to on like the Thursday before econ.
yeah.
Everyone was just super friendly, and like just the whole week was just perfect. I just can't get over that.
I remember seeing you at every set, just being
Yeah.
like, like, like going mad. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And
You
I was
probably can't see
drinking a
my
lot,
gestures.
but I
Yeah.
was drinking a lot, but the thing was is that I felt like it wasn't really hitting me until the after party when I finally got smart and I just ordered a double shot rum and coke. That was when I was like, "Oh, okay, there it is." Like that was like during the after party, like
Mhm.
between when the after party started and then like
Thank
yeah,
you, Pete.
I was great.
Thanks.
Huh?
Pete just followed me.
Pete, nice.
Yeah. Woo.
Pete's watching. Nice. Yeah, I don't even
Yeah.
know where we're at.
I'm
Oh
like
yeah, there's a
I'm
lot of
gonna
people.
check my phone right now to see how many people. Oh wow, it's a decent amount.
Definitely.
Thank you all. Thank you all for joining me
Yeah,
today. It
seriously.
means the world. Thank you, Daniel, for being here.
Yeah.
I'm always thankful.
I just
I'm
want to
always thankful for
clarify.
you.
I just want to clarify what Isaac just said. Young
Mhm.
Shiro. I did not go to Econ 2 sick. I missed the tape swap 2 because I was sick, which that is like a big kind of regret, but I also like I don't want to get everyone sick, you know what I mean? Like I was still not feeling 100% and so I was like I need to rest.
And you're like in the far like back of the line, not the back, but like you were farther from everyone, right? Like
Yeah, I know. I was like, I remember, I forget who said, but like, you were like, you could have just like cut the line with us, and I was like, yeah, but that's really not fair to the people who've been waiting in line for like 2 hours, like,
I would have done it. I'm that person. I mean, if it's my friend,
yeah,
especially if I had gone alone, like with no one,
yeah.
I would have skipped the line. Would have been
I
like,
feel like maybe if I had rolled up like an hour before, but like we were getting there
mm-hmm,
like with less than 30 minutes to spare, and
mm-hmm,
yeah, the line was already super long, and yeah, just I missed George's set, his Esprit set, but I saw him do that in New York. We got to the line in New York 2 hours early. We were collectively as a group, people from the fan club and people from Rosewood. Like we were all just like right there and ready. So
mm-hmm.
like, yeah, that was dope. Um,
I wish I went
I
to Econ too.
yeah, it was pretty good. I think for me, Econ 1 like just stands out in my mind more. Like I know that like during Econ 2, like I knew more people, like I had known them for longer and that kind of
Mm-hmm,
thing. I'd already met them before, but like there's just something magical for me about like Econ 1, that experience of like meeting everyone
mm-hmm,
and just the location, the venue was so great. Oh my
mm-hmm.
gosh.
But yeah,
But
that's awesome. Um, well, I have a few questions. I'm
sure, yeah.
like what inspires you
Ooh, okay.
for everything? Like what moves you to like, you know, do everything that you do?
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's see if I can come up with something. But I need to think about that. But I don't know. I mean, well, the whole DJing thing, Keb is the one who kind of like showed me how to do that, and like it just kind of clicked for me. Like, I went my whole life never thinking like, oh yeah, I'll like DJ, I'll be a DJ, or I'll do that. And he was like, no, I'm gonna teach you like so like just sat me down in front of it, just kind of showed me how you get it like set up, and I just like practiced, and I was just like I was hooked instantly. And then like I like went out and like bought my own controller.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, so like I don't know, my friends inspire me honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Same. Voice
like
crack. Same.
it's okay. Yeah, like honestly, seeing my friends do things and be successful and having fun like that makes me want to do the same thing, right? And who you put your like the groups that you associate yourself with and like this community that you build for yourself or put yourself in is like very important into like your mental state basically. If you're only around people who are being like negative and like downers or like don't appreciate like the effort that you're putting into stuff, then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like I had a group of friends that they would never like come to any of the stuff I was doing, you know what I mean? And it was always just kind of like damn, that like kind of sucks because like they would be the people I would value the most to see at like one of my events.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
you remind me of this one tweet that I saw the other day where it's like, none of my friends like Death's Dynamic Shroud, and I responded with like, well, get friends who do like Death's Dynamic Shroud and
right.
ditch them.
Yeah,
And like, yo, you should have supportive friends.
yeah,
You know, like who like want to see you succeed and be at your shows.
yeah,
So like,
exactly. Yeah,
and
like
just ditch the ones that don't
yeah. I mean, and
care.
that's the thing. Like, I'm at a point where I have like honestly, I think the best friends I've ever had in my life,
Mhm.
and that's like huge to me, just because it's like having that kind of support and encouragement is very important.
Yeah.
Not everyone can just be a self starter, basically. I think that's
Mhm.
probably the terminology. And like, I think sometimes I can be, but a lot of the times like I need a little push, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
like having that is very helpful. And yeah, and whether it's online or in person
Yeah.
people, it's all amazing, just like having that
Yeah.
kind of thing to kind of have in your life. And
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
have IRL vapor people, really. I mean, I got my friends
Hmm.
into Negative Gemini, but like everything, like,
Hey,
yeah,
that
that
counts. Yeah.
that's awesome, and I love that
Yeah.
we can listen to it together. But I don't really know
Yeah.
anyone who likes the other music. I don't know anyone who likes the music that I like
Oh, story of my life.
IRL. IRL.
Yeah. Well,
Online,
nowadays,
online I can connect with people who like, which
yeah,
is, it's not important to have like, if you can make friends who are like, the distance doesn't matter is what I'm saying. Like, having at least someone out there
exactly. Yeah.
that understands. It's cool. Yeah. I love you and all the friends that I made in
Yeah.
Rosewood.
And that's the no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of those things of like just I don't know, just having people. And I feel bad almost saying it because like I know there are people, I'm sure there are people who were probably like me 5 years ago or like 7 years ago even, where it's just like you feel like you don't have anyone, you don't
Mhm.
fit in, you don't belong, like you're like the black sheep of the group, so to speak.
Yeah.
um but like if anyone is feeling that way, it's not permanent
No.
whatsoever.
No.
You know,
Honestly, when.
things change, things come and go too. That's the other thing. Like
Yeah.
even when things are going great doesn't mean they can't go bad. And
Mhm.
you
Life
have
is a
to,
roller
that's just part of
coaster.
life, unfortunately. Sorry, what were
Yeah.
you saying?
Life is like a roller coaster.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, um like I felt like I was so alone back in when I was in school, like
Yeah.
high school,
Same
elementary, middle
here.
school. And then once I got into college, I started like actually honing down on my like who I am and who I want to be around. And like then I made friends who actually cared about me, and like things changed like for the better.
Yeah.
The pandemic has totally like slapped me in the face and was like, get back to reality.
Yeah.
But still, like a lot, like I don't know. Change is good. Change is good.
Yeah.
Good
and
or
and yeah,
bad, change is good.
I really can't stress, and especially now more than ever, it's like we're dealing with the pandemic too, which is
Mhm.
not helping things. And I know like for people, again, like people that don't feel like they have friends and that kind of thing, like it's even harder, now with the pandemic. It's like people feel like they can't like talk to people, but like honestly, my recommendation is just like reach out to people, like people you follow on Twitter or Instagram, just like message them, like respond
Yeah.
to their Instagram stories. Like you'd be surprised that the conversations you can have off of like a common interest that you see that they have. And you might be like, well, they don't know me, like I don't want to, like I feel awkward. But
Yeah.
you never know like what'll happen. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like I've made friends that way, and people I care about. And it's just like I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough out there, and I know like me even saying that, people are probably gonna be like, like, oh, that's dumb. I'm not gonna do that, or like I can't. But that's something that you yourself have to do, right? Like it's like you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's like that kind of thing. So like, but I recommend it. You know, I can vouch for it being good, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. What Sleep Pattern said: just interact with folks.
Just do
Just like,
it.
yeah, just like don't, like, seriously, like, just don't be afraid, because the fear in your head is like way worse than like whatever is actually gonna happen. Like you send a message and it's like the worst they can do is not respond or say no. Like no one is gonna be like, oh my god, this person like messaged me, like ew, gross. You know what I mean? Like no one's like that.
Unless you send an unsolicited dick pic.
Of course, yeah.
Not okay. I'm
Yes.
gonna call your mom.
Okay? Yeah. Monica's mom will give your mom a talking to, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you don't want that.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, for real though, like, talk to people. Just don't be afraid, because you can't live your life in fear. That's the one thing I've learned too. And like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone too. Like if someone offers you like an opportunity to do something, assuming it's not like them just trying to like use you and whatever, like if it pushes you out of your comfort zone, like it's usually a good idea to just kind of do it. As long as it's safe. If someone's telling you to like try parachuteless skydiving, don't do that.
I'm like taking out my braids because I'm like, I don't know if I like this look anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You guys have been watching me like fondle myself. I'm so sorry. I'm like this.
Oh my god. Yeah. It's yeah. I don't remember. Oh yeah, like I guess to answer your question on what inspires me is really just other people doing things and like being like, you know what, like this person's doing it, like why can't I? Like, you know, that's honestly the biggest thing for me, is being like, oh, I bet I could do that, or like I could figure that out, and just trying. And not everything works. That's the other thing I want to say, is that like it's important to not go into things with the expectation that like it's always going to work out.
That's what with this, like me, I'm like, okay, my thought process of like, I kind of want to contribute, right? I don't know if I can do this podcast thing, right? But I'm gonna try it. I don't even know how to like, I don't know how to use computers. That's why we went through that whole beginning shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I had my expectations low, but like this has exceeded my expectations. It's like,
yeah, I'm
stoked
that I was really happy when you said you were going to do this, and you know, you asked me to be your guest, and yeah, no, this is awesome. I'm so stoked that you are doing this, honestly.
Thank you. I'm so I was like, I knew from the start. Well, I knew from the start. I was like, Daniel's probably going to be like the first person I have on my podcast, because we've been friends for so long, and I just felt that would just be perfect.
Yeah, no, it's
and you have
it's
so
good.
Much to offer. Like the content you've given today.
It's all about the content, baby. You know, like nah, it's like yeah, that's been my only gripe so far, kind of with seeing some of the streams, has been like because I you know, obviously I feel like the streams need to be a source for like good. Oh shit, Skeleton Lipstick is here.
Hello, Skeleton Lipstick, or Dr. Chris.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh my god. Dope.
Yeah. Yeah, like I want to see it have a focus on, you know, like giving people like like helping the smaller artists like rise up.
Yeah.
You know, I love the big people in the scene, and I just there's so much like hidden talent out there. But I think part of it too is maybe like they're harder to reach, they're not as like available,
Yeah,
or they don't know
I
how to like do the
feel.
shows. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Pat Jennington's recent
Mhm.
stream. I felt like like saw a lot of new people,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, definitely.
Dolphin's uppercut or whatever.
Dolphin uppercut. Yeah, that was a
I'd
big
never
highlight for
even
me.
heard of him before, and I was like, holy shit. But I feel like with a lot of these streams, I mean, especially in the scene that we're in,
Mhm.
that it's always like a repeat and stuff. So I
Yeah.
felt like Rosewood was like newcomers, new
Mhm.
everything. Like you're not seeing just the same old, you know? And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
what I mean is like, you know, a lot of people who are already big in those like other live streams were just, yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
I love it. No hate. I'm just saying Rosewood was like unique in that certain,
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
We do have a couple big artists planned for the one that Sev is organizing for the end of November. That's going to be exciting, but it is it's going to be more of a focus on the performers like being physically present, like um you know, like basically the feedback kind of that we've gotten and we've seen in other places is just kind of like get the artist like in front of the camera, like don't like only have a some kind of visual going if possible, like try and not that like there's anything wrong with like making it into like a movie or like trippy visuals, but like having a performer at least in front of it, like behind a green screen, uh can be like really helpful in as far as just like keeping people interested and engaged. Because like if someone said like, oh, like eyeliner is playing a set or something like that, and I didn't see him like on camera, I would be a little sad. So, you know, maybe that's just
Yeah.
me, but
No,
yeah.
I totally agree. Like, no hate to people who are shy, who would rather just, like, you know, perform without a camera. But I like the with camera and, like, seeing them. Like, since Skeleton Lipstick is here, I really liked his URL shows because he's dancing, so energetic, and you feel like, all right, you know, it's kind of like you want to do it too. Like
yeah, it's like if you were
like,
yeah,
which is
if
so great.
it's like if you were a person at a show, like you can almost pretend that like your TV or your computer monitor is like the stage, right? Until you're looking like up at the stage, you see like you see the artist, you see their table, their gear, like being able to see what they're doing is like a lot of fun.
So
It's
much
something that
fun.
like I've tried incorporating that. I had a couple like after party streams I've done where I had the camera facing down onto my decks so that people can see what I'm doing. I feel like that keeps it a little more lively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that one where like the guy was making food?
Which one was that? Did I not see that?
That was actually, it was early on in one of the streams. I forgot.
Oh, that was the first Pad Chain and Block Party, I think, like early in the day.
But it
I
was
think I missed
early.
that one.
I am not sure if that's but yeah, that was pretty unique and like interactive. I thought that was fun. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah, if anyone knows who set that was, please drop a message in the chat because I would like to go watch that if it's online somewhere.
Definitely.
That sounds dope.
Skeleton. I will go to Teach Hill sometime.
Dude, yeah, Teach Hill. Oh my gosh. And the after parties, we already talked about them a little bit, but the econ after parties, oh my god. Yeah. It really just rounded off the night in just a perfect way, to the point where I was just exhausted both times. And I remember like I think I like messaged a GIF to the George Clayton fan club when I got back to my hotel. Of it's like, I think it's from The Wolf of Wall Street, where like Leonardo DiCaprio is like army crawling because his like legs don't work. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't
Wait,
really know
what?
the context.
What movie?
I don't know. Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh yeah. And
And
does his like girlfriend like push him back with her
I have
heel?
Oh no, not that scene.
Not that scene. Oh, okay.
Not that scene. Different scene, I think.
I've seen it, but I'm literally like
Okay. But basically, my legs were 100% Jello at that point, and I was staying in a hotel. It was like one of those pod hotels,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a bunk bed. So like, Peeb was on the bottom bunk. He had left a little earlier. He was out like a light, and then I was on the top bunk, and I just had to pull myself by my arms basically to get into that top bunk. I could not like actually, you know.
That's how I felt with Econ 1 with the
Yeah.
freaking stairs and no elevator. Well, I just
No,
want to say,
jeez.
Skeleton Lipstick verified. It was Montaigne Wave Pool where that guy was cooking.
Okay.
Cooking up
Montaigne
a set.
Wave Pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, he takes a bunch of Quaaludes.
Wait, what?
The Skeleton Lipstick said that's the scene where he takes a bunch of Quaaludes.
Oh, what are Quaaludes?
Some kind of crazy powerful drug. I think a painkiller.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie.
It's good.
I just don't watch a lot of
barely remember
movies.
it, but...
Yeah. I'm usually like, if I'm not at work, I'm like, you know, doing something else, and it's hard for me to just want to sit down and watch a movie. I like going to the movie theater, but I feel like then if I miss whatever movie was playing in theaters, I'm like probably not gonna watch it unless I have like friends over or something. We like want to watch a movie.
Movies are like fun. I don't know. I used to go to the opera with like my mom when I was younger.
Really?
And, like movies with her, and I just
Okay. Whoa.
I do like sitting down and watching stuff. What just happened?
I just had like a temporary power outage.
Well, it's a good thing you're still here. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Thanks
I don't know, like the
to
lights just
God.
flickered. Yeah, and I have my computer is running on a what they call a UPS, an uninterruptible power supply. So like if there's ever like a sag or a temporary outage, which I had at my old place a lot, yeah, that I won't lose it. Surprised the internet didn't die though. It's interesting.
No, because
Sure.
should we do a piss girl break?
Yeah, we could. Do you need? You have to go pee. I need more water, I think. But yeah. Up to you. It's your stream. It's your
Well, we could take
your podcast.
a $5 and
Sure. And if one of us comes back sooner than the other, we can just interact with the chat, I guess.
well, I'm gonna put the screen up for Be Right
Oh,
Back.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. All right. Okay, sounds good. Do you want me to say the meme?
I feel like if you don't say it, like.
All right, go piss girl. And Enrail just said it too, so there you go. All right.
Perfect.
All right, peace. Oops, wait, it didn't fucking work. God damn it. Peace. We're back.
Hello, everybody. Yeah.
Hello. Okay, yeah, there's just a huge delay on my
To your mouth or increase. Is this better? I don't know. Can you
My
hear
water
me
bottle.
fine?
I hear you fine.
I don't know.
It must be the volume going into the OBS or something.
Yeah, maybe. It's called volume though. Can you guys hear me like well enough? I mean, I get that a lot though. Like even when we're in Discord, maybe it is just like my mic. I'm gonna have to get a new one. I got a new hat, you know? I bought this just now. Bit quiet. Okay. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, you don't want to like be eating the microphone.
No.
I can. You don't have to worry about how loud you're sounding to me because I can adjust it on my end. So if they need you to be louder, then that's fine.
Whoever owns the OBS is always quiet. Yeah, that's sad. Maybe I should probably lower. Should I lower down the volume for the music? How do you guys can hear you a bit better? Okay. Well, that was bad. That was a bad accent. How is everybody doing tonight?
I'm just trying to get my fucking air conditioner to play nice again since I had the little power outage. It got all fucked up. Oh my god, Groovy just woke up. No way. 3 p.m.
Groovy, really?
That's funny. That's pretty funny. I don't know what's going on with the AC right now.
So late.
I need to give it like maybe a couple minutes. Yeah, it's been so hot over here this weekend.
I mean, I'm glad you have made it here.
It's like, yeah, it's like 95 degrees outside right now.
Really? Let me see how hot it is in Florida. I shouldn't say that, but whatever.
Yeah.
You don't know the specifics.
Yeah, you're good.
82 degrees. It's not that bad.
Sounds nice.
Smoking
Sounds
weed.
nice. Yeah.
Wait, I shouldn't mention. Is that allowed on Twitch?
Yeah, you can talk about weed.
I can talk about it. Alright, cool. Oh my god, Sleepy Orange is here. I love that all you guys are here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, seriously. The visual is turning out right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking awesome. 98 here. Oh, that's hot. Well, you live in like kind of desert?
Yeah,
Vegas
this is like
desert?
Yeah, Vegas is the desert, I think.
Yeah. Well, Chillwave Kitten said 98 over there. And I know that he lives in like Vegas or something.
Yeah. What were we talking about before we went to the break? Do you remember?
I don't remember. So we could just like, go on.
I remember.
You remember. Oh, great. Well, you go.
We were talking about econ and how my legs were jello because of the after parties.
Yes. Yeah. I actually have another question.
Sure.
Oh wait, no. Actually, I've gone through all my questions. Whoops.
Have you really?
I feel, yeah. I mean, I haven't asked you what funny stories you want to talk about, but I think that was a funny story.
Yeah.
Your legs.
I was like literally, I think, the last person to leave the venue. I don't know why. At the time, I just couldn't bring myself to say goodbye. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, one by one, kind of everyone's like, yeah, I think we're going to head back to our hotel. It's like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever. Like, it's getting late. We're like, oh, okay, well, you know, like, if we don't see each other, you know, we hug and everything. And it's just like, yeah, it was very bittersweet, you know, when it ended, obviously. So.
I actually have an idea.
Sure. What's your idea?
Why don't we ask chat to send us some questions for you?
Sure. Okay. I was gonna mention that actually.
I'm not the important one here. This is all about Daniel. I think that's yeah. So, I guess we'll just wait for that.
Yeah, we can wait for that. Yeah, like but like while we're waiting, I just totally was like, yeah, I literally I watched everyone leave all the guests. I watched Skeleton Lipstick leave too, like with all of his like gear and stuff. I said like hey to him, you know, I told him like, hey, shout out Isaac, you know, like have him play Econ 2 after party. He was like, we'll see, and then it happened, and I was like, holy shit.
And Rail
Oh.
has asked, "How are you so handsome, Daniel?"
No. Oh my gosh. Y'all.
Aw. That's so sweet.
I have like no kind of skincare routine or anything. I brush my teeth twice a day. I floss. Flossing is important.
I
If you're not
floss.
flossing, good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see what other questions we got here. What's my favorite cereal? That's a really hard question for me because anyone who knows me knows that I am like a cereal fiend. Like I eat way more cereal than is probably healthy, and like I will say, like I can say one of my favorite like weird ones that I've had. It was honey bunches of oats, chicken and waffle flavor.
What?
And so
That's a
yeah,
thing?
it was a thing.
That sounds
It was.
amazing. I love chicken and waffles.
Yeah, chicken and waffle is great, and as a cereal concept, it kind of worked actually. Like it wasn't like gross. It sounds gross, but it's not. I love that
sounds
one.
amazing. I can confirm Daniel brushes their teeth twice a day.
Yep.
Aw,
Thanks, Groovy. Thanks for watching.
The roommate in the house knows.
Let's see. Alex is asking, what's our favorite part of our back-to-back set? How challenging it was, and like it was a real challenge because we there we go. Now the AC is working. Sorry. We basically like had to do it with like a lot of mixing in the headphones, which I normally don't do. I usually look at the waveforms a lot, which is not like the best way to do things, but that's just how I do it. And yeah, I think it was cool also how like our styles were kind of different, and then we blended between them back and forth. You know, I think it kept the set like really interesting. It was a lot of fun.
I have a question.
Sure.
What are you holding right now?
I'm holding chapstick. This is my favorite chapstick. It's O'Keefe Lip Repair. Yes, definitely. Chapstick, that's I guess part of my skincare routine. There you go.
Seth asks, how do you discover Vaporwave?
Vaporwave. Oh yeah, the chat's moving pretty fast. I'm gonna have to make this bigger. I discovered Vaporwave. Ooh. That is a really good question. I want to say at some point I heard Floral Shop, you know, as most people did. And I remember kind of being dismissive initially. I was kind of like, man, this is slowed down music. Like, what the hell is this? Didn't really give it a chance. Then I heard Hit Vibes a couple years later. I found Hit Vibes. Absolutely fucking loved it. I was like, what the hell? Like, this is Vaporwave? Like, you know, I guess technically now it's more like future funk or new disco. But I just remember being like, oh my god, like this is so like danceable, and I was really like into it. So then Blank Banshee, I think, was probably like the next big one. I think in between that, I was probably listening to a lot of Business Casual. But yeah, that was basically how I kind of got started listening to it, was the Business Casual releases.
I'm gonna say,
yeah,
for $5 a month subscribing to Business Casual, you get all of their music and you downloadable, and that's pretty cool because like I've learned a lot about a lot of like artists through Business Casual, but they need to take off PZA.
Yeah, they do need to get rid of that. That's ridiculous. I feel like there's a lot of stuff on that label that people just totally sleep on. Flaw.mingo, I know, is one that Skeleton Lipstick and I both kind of bond over our mutual love for that artist. They make some crazy, like, fun dances. Fiber or Fever? I forgot.
That artist is pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't
I'm not sure if I know which one you're talking about.
I would have to like look it up as we speak.
Yeah. But
They're on
yeah,
Business
like
Cash.
yeah, so like yeah, just I was just really getting into like finding artists that way, probably in like 2016, 2017. And then yeah, got into George Clanton stuff in like 2018
Fake
and
Fever.
100p. Fake Fever. Yeah.
Yes, they're cool. They're on Business Cash.
Are they really? I don't even think I've listened to their album if it is on Business Casual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recently or like really old?
Well, I've been subscribed for a couple months ago, so not new. Not new. Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. I'm
let's-
totally out of the loop on that then.
let's
But
do it.
yeah, so I think that's basically how I got into it. I need to scroll up a bit in the chat. Were there any other questions?
Skeleton chapstick.
Yeah, Flamingo is now Flawed Mangoes. Yeah. Oh, Eevee.exe is here. Hello.
Oh shit! What? Dude.
That's cool.
Nicest guy I've ever met once.
Oh.
Only met
At
him
Econ?
once in, no, Future Funk chat. He was
Oh,
in
okay.
there. And yeah, super nice. And his music's cool. If you
Oh,
want to,
Groovy's message. I didn't even see that.
ooh,
Asking who inspires me. I kind of talked about this a little earlier, Groovy, while you were asleep.
yeah, I could've been here earlier.
But I mean, the VOD will be up again. But who inspires me? I basically summed it up as my friends and everyone else in the vaporwave scene that I see busting their asses to make shit happen. Like, you know, just doing their own thing, not giving a fuck, basically, like, and just kind of like, yeah, people that I see encouraging other people inspires me to encourage other people, and that kind of thing.
Shiro's question.
Yes, yeah, that's funny.
Read it out loud.
Okay. Isaac asked, "What's the weirdest thing Groovy does when you're spying on him and he thinks no one watching?" Okay, so for people that don't know, also, I live with Groovy Kaiju now. We moved in together, like a month ago, I think. Yeah, just about a month ago, and so I don't think it's anything too embarrassing. He likes to talk to the cats while he plays with them. I do the same thing. I don't think that's super weird. I talk to the cats too. I'm not gonna lie. I talk to animals. You know.
Love the animals. I love when you like post about the cats.
Yes. Yeah. I love those cats. I love Groovy's cats so much. He has
I love
two
black cats.
lovely black cats. They're only like a year old, and they're just the sweetest little babies ever. Brother and sister cats.
That's adorable. Same
Yeah.
here. I have two cats that are brother and sister that are black. One has kittens though, and a little white. They
Aw.
both have white actually. The basically fully black one has like a dot of white,
Mhm.
but they're black. So samesies.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, like a lot of people have black cats now, which is kind of shocking. I feel like I went like
Black cat.
a large amount of my life not knowing anyone who owned black cats or had black cats as pets, you know, and like just like all of a sudden is like my ex-girlfriend's friend had black cats. I know tons of my friends got black cats, and yeah,
I
I
think
feel like I just yeah. I don't know.
I think the reason for that, and a lot of the reason why things are popular now with the whole e-girl stuff, that used to be uncool, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so people were like, you know what, let's make it cool.
Yeah, I feel like there
Like-
was maybe a period in time where it was more trendy or popular to be like a dog person than a cat
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of shifting, but
I think you
I don't
should
know
be
what
an
I'm talking
animal
about.
person and just love.
exactly.
just take care of the animals.
Mhm.
Like, I love dogs and cats. I love cats, but I still love dogs.
Yeah. I feel
Doesn't
like
matter.
the most like hard like the most difficult like cat. Like I had a really difficult cat, but a really difficult cat is still kind of like more chill
A dog.
than a dog. Yeah, like sometimes like
Well,
I mean if they just use the litter box, they meow for their food.
that's true.
Um and in
That's
my
true.
case, my cat never let me pet it, which I was always very like, kind of like ugh.
Yeah.
I
Dogs
give you
are
food.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so right, though. Like, dogs, like, they require a lot of attention. They're like
Yeah.
babies, you know? And, I mean, dogs can be just as chill as cats, but
Yeah.
they still need more attention than, like, I don't know. They just
Yeah.
usually need that attention, which is
Yeah.
alright. Yeah.
I loved my dog too. Yeah.
I
Um
love dogs. I love my golden retriever.
oh, you had a golden retriever. That's cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. I love dogs. I do love cats. It's kind of nice like just living in a place with cats now though cuz like my cat and my dog didn't really get along. They would always like my dog would get territorial over the food
Hmm.
even though my cat wasn't doing anything, like it wasn't interested in the food. It's like
Cats
if
are
my
just
dog
not
didn't chase my
interested.
cat around before eating, it wouldn't eat. So it was like, yeah.
Have you ever met a cat that acts like a dog?
In what way?
Like, the cat just, like, acts like a dog. Like, super rowdy, will play fetch with you.
Likes to go in the water.
Yeah. Like, full on dog.
Not really, actually. No, I don't think I've ever been in contact with a cat like that, honestly.
Well, my, cat, Choo Choo, rest in
Hmm.
peace. Um,
R.I.P. Choo Choo.
when he was younger,
Hmm.
the other cats didn't like him. They still never liked him, but my golden retriever was like his best friend, and he was like
Aw.
taking on characteristics of Golden. That was his
Oh
name.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like it was very interesting to see because they would just play around and stuff, and he would like act like Golden.
Hmm.
So that was cool. But then he lost that cause when Golden died, like,
Aw.
yeah, lost his
Yeah,
best
losing
friend.
animals is the worst,
Oh,
honestly. It's like
it's the
my
worst.
least favorite thing. If I had to like rank them, that's like pretty high up there with like the worst things ever is like animals dying.
Yeah.
Like well like pets, you know what I mean? Like when you have like an attachment to them. Yeah. Like yeah, my friend's dog passed away like last year and that was really sad because I had known that dog for a good number of years too. Yeah. I think Isaac should get a cat. He's saying he would like to have a cat.
I mean, if you were prepared to clean up some poop sometimes and just. Well, cats are easy. Like, that's all you
They
have
can
to
be left
do.
alone.
Yeah, that's
Being
like.
a single person, like having a cat is way more viable.
Than like having a dog because like all you have to do you still have to if you walk a dog you have to walk them and you have to clean up their poop, well with a cat you don't have to do it, you don't have to walk them. You just like pick up their poop once a week, I
Yeah.
think, if you have one cat, um twice in a week sometimes, I don't know if you have two.
Yeah. Go to the Humane Society website for all your cat care tips and tricks.
Yeah, true. I don't know why I'm even like going into depth in this. I'm like,
It's okay.
why? I have cats in
Yeah.
my background because I love cats, and they're on pizzas. That's fun.
Yeah. Kind of want pizza now, honestly.
Brandon says, dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of food though, like that's been a thing with the pandemic has been like I haven't like sat down at a restaurant since it started. Basically, like I know they've been opening them up or having outdoor seating. I'm like, no, I'll just take everything to go or get delivery.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really scary, especially with a president who doesn't like care about our well-being.
And you're in Florida too, which right now is like one of the worst states to be in.
Yeah, 'cause
Like
they
LA is bad, but it's not as bad as Florida as a whole.
They just lifted like all the shit. Like
It's insane.
now you can live normally if you want.
That's really crazy.
It's not a requirement anymore. It's like, what the hell? I don't know. It's crazy. I hate Florida, and I will keep saying that.
Yeah.
It sucks here.
Yeah, I haven't been since 2015. Last time I visited my friend out there.
Yeah.
It was fun, but it was really hot. It was in the summer, and I was just like, man, this kind of sucks to be outside any time in the summer. I mean, same here, but you know. Florida is mad sus. Yep.
True.
I feel like everyone started saying sus again because of Among Us. I've noticed.
Yeah, I still have I have not played that game yet, and I want to.
It's okay. It's fun. I feel like it's better with strangers. I mean, I know people are gonna disagree with me and say it's better with friends, but like, I don't know. Maybe there's pros and cons maybe to friends or without friends. Huh?
Probably with like enough friends, because usually it's hard to just get your friends to fucking do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shiro says, I'd like to go to Miami, but not interested in the rest of the state, to be honest. Miami is dope. I now have like mad respect for Miami. Back in the day, I used to hate it because it was like a chore. Like my parents would like take us to Miami for stupid reasons, like to see her family. But now that I'm older and I can like drink and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of fun. You could do a lot
more. That's exactly my thoughts on the Renaissance Fair.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You have one in your area, and I'm sure other people do in theirs. It used to be like the thing that would be like, ugh, like the Renaissance Fair? Like what? Like, no. Then I turned, 21 or whatever, and now it's like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, getting drunk at the Renaissance Fair is like one of the most fun things you can do at the Renaissance Fair. It makes all the shows like funnier, even the ones that aren't supposed to be funny, like the jousting. Like, I don't even remember what we were laughing at. We just couldn't stop laughing. We're just like sitting there in the stands, and I'm like falling over onto my friend, like laughing basically in the bleachers.
I really like this song. It's a good song.
Oh, I don't even hear. I can't hear any of the music. What song is playing?
I don't know.
Ren Fair rules. Yes, dude. Oh my God, Alex, we gotta go. I'm so down to go. We gotta get the homies together. All the Pacific Plaza crew.
When is it for you guys?
It usually happens in like May or June, I think.
Oh, come on.
I think. Totally got canceled this year, though, obviously.
I was able to go to the Ren Fair for my birthday because it was in March.
Yeah.
My birthday.
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah.
right on time.
Right before the shit show happened.
Well, right before we had COVID lockdown, we went up to Hollywood for my old roommate's birthday. We went to this place called Fat Sal's, which if you live in LA and you haven't been to Fat Sal's, go try it. They do like amazing, like crazy, like sub sandwiches and burgers. I love their I forget what it's called. It's like the Texas something burger, like the barbecue Texas one. Really good burger. It's expensive, but
good.
It's a once in a while thing. It's worth it. Well, we went to Amoeba before they shut down. That's what I was getting at. So I'm glad we got to do that, because otherwise never would have gotten to go.
That's another reason why I am a little upset that I didn't get to go to Econ 2.
Probably would have gone to Amoeba.
I would have gone to Amoeba. Like, of course.
They're gonna reopen it.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Like,
Yeah.
And that's what sucks. I mean, at least they're not like completely like gone. Yes, that's
Yeah.
great. I'm gonna go to their new store, but it would have been really nice to be at the original.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's a bit of a tourist trap type place, I feel like, now that I've been there.
Yeah,
It like they don't
there's-
get me wrong, they have a lot of stuff, but
yeah, that's like
you really
nowhere
yeah.
anymore. You
Yeah.
know, like you don't have record stores like that.
There's yeah, I mean, I guess maybe in LA we're a little spoiled for choice when it comes to this kind of stuff, so
That's true. Not here.
yeah, it's like Groovy just said, it's an experience. It's one of those things where you go there once, you browse, and you're like, whoa, this is like really expensive, or like a couple things that were like really good that I kind of wish I had bought, but I didn't. Like it was like Burial and Codex at Fabric Live 100 or whatever, and I was like, it's like 6 or 8 like records, but I was like, it was like $40, and I was like, it's a really good deal actually, like, but just didn't want it. I don't know. I have a hard time buying myself things, like treating myself like that. Yeah. Especially like to listen to vinyl, that kind of thing. Like buying
I have a hard time not treating myself. I'm like, I need to save money.
Yeah.
I hate where I live. I need to get out of here. Spends $50 on his vinyl. Shit.
Yeah.
That's how it always goes. Like I got my record player for Christmas for myself because I always wanted one, and then it's been like a downward, like, but uphill, like, great. I've always wanted to do this, but
yeah,
the pandemic hit, and I really shouldn't.
yeah, definitely. That's that's a big thing. Is just trying to save money and yeah, and to what Alex is saying in chat right now. Yeah, it is a multi-level record store. It is really dope. It's a lot. It's just a lot to take in. I feel like maybe if I had been able to spend more time there, I would have had a bit more appreciation for it. But we made the mistake of going there before we had eaten, which I knew was going to be a bad idea because everyone's going to get hungry. Yeah, everyone's like, yeah, we're starving. Like, we want to go. I was like, I've barely like touched the dollar bin. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. But yeah. Amoeba's cool.
Seth,
there's some other record stores though.
If this is your song, it is pretty cool. Daniel can't hear it, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear any music. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm imagining how good it sounds right now.
Oh, the George Benson is in the dollar bin. Who's George Benson? It is Seth. Nice.
Oh, that's a funny story I can tell actually. That just reminded me of the whole George. So the first George Clinton show I went to was at a place called the Zebulon Cafe. It's a very small venue.
Awesome.
I went with Peeb, and we went, and it was amazing. Like, it was Negative Gemini, Equip, and George. This is like when Equip was still like really unknown, I feel like. So like, I remember I was kind of like, oh, I've never even heard of this guy, and I remember like being kind of blown away by his sound. And then George played, then Lindsay played, and it was awesome. I met Frank JFC there. I think for the second time. I'd met him at a few other shows. He's local to LA, so like I bumped into him a couple times.
I want to meet him so bad. Ooh, Isaac met you there.
That's true. That is true. That is where we met Isaac.
Did you guys like feel it? Like, was it love at first sight?
Well, I mean, the first thing was I was waiting in line to talk to George before the show started and get like my slide cassette signed, and he saw my shirt. I was wearing a Ghost shirt, which is G-O-S-T, not G-H-O-S-T. Different artist. It's like dark synth kind of music, and he was like, "Oh, hey, I like your shirt. I like that artist." I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, yeah, like I'm into like dark synth and vaporwave," and we started chatting in line and that kind of thing. And then, yeah, then we went, or like after the show. Me and Pete were just kind of sitting there, and there was this guy, this older guy, drunk, comes up to us, and he's like, "Is this the George Clinton show?" And we were like, "No, this is George. This was a George Clinton show." And he's like, "Oh, when does it start?" And this is like at midnight. So we're like, it happened already. The show's over. And he's like, "Oh, okay." And he just started having like this long drunken conversation with me about music and like bass. Like he's like, can you really hear the bass in this? Like, it was like a Red Hot Chili Pepper song was like playing or something over the speakers after the show, something.
I would like you to explain that one time you and Isaac went to that cave, because that's a fun story. I love that story.
Okay. Sure, yeah. So I was in Vegas for work. I was at CES. I was actually running the booth with my company, and that was like a really fun experience. But then afterwards, it was like CES ended on a Friday, and like Isaac lives in Vegas. I was like, "Yo, can I like crash at your place for a couple days because I won't have the hotel anymore, and then we can like hang out and stuff, we DJ or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be playing this like show, like in the middle of nowhere or whatever on Saturday." I was like, "Okay, that sounds interesting." So I was like, cool. And we basically just get in his car. It's like late at night. We drive out basically towards the border of Nevada and Arizona. And we had GPS coordinates. We didn't actually have like an address or a road we were supposed to look for. So like getting there was tough because we had to look at Google Maps with no reception and try and like figure out where we were, where the roads were. He's driving a Prius, which is not meant for off-roading, so we're being very careful, like not to hit any rocks that are gonna puncture the tires or anything like that. And so we see like some like lights waving, and we're like, "What the hell is that?" And it was like someone with one of those like sticks you see at like the festivals, you know, like the more like psychedelic festivals, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Weren't you guys expecting like a huge, you know, like...
Yeah, that was the other thing too, right? Yeah, we were expecting like a big festival that this was supposed to be, and we couldn't even find it. I think it was because they changed the address or the GPS coordinates last minute. Didn't tell everyone. We saw like one or two cars maybe. Didn't know if we should follow them or not, but we found them. We found a spot to park. And yeah, it was like 10 people basically. 10 or 20 people maybe. Which is still cool, but it was a very interesting thing. Isaac's set was fun. But we also went into this cave.
That was freezing, right?
Yeah, it was freezing. Well, the cave was warm actually because there was no wind. It was actually warm inside the cave. I kind of wish we had done it in the cave. But like, yeah, basically we got to explore this like abandoned like mine from the gold rush. There was tons of graffiti in it, tons of like paintings people had done over the years, and it just went on for like for miles. It felt like we didn't go like all the way because like it's like you obviously don't want to get lost in the cave like that in the middle of the night when there's no actual like outside light to help you figure out where you're going. But that was a really surreal experience. Just like, I was freezing though.
Yeah. Well, we have 10 more minutes. Well, 9.
Okay.
If you want to like talk more about like Rosewood and like your next upcoming project.
Yeah.
Because I know like that's a Rosewood thing, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Rosewood and also the virtual memory that we're doing. Next Saturday, please come out to Virtual Memory 16. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're doing some really special like sets where we're playing as different musicians, different vaporwave musicians, and like, you know, I mean, everyone's going to be costumed, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it, with the sets, like what we've got in store. Yeah, it's going to basically be like our Halloween party, I think.
That's awesome.
I'm really excited for it. I can't wait to like record, and I have like some stuff from Amazon coming in the mail to finish my costume. I'm really excited to put it all together. Like, I'm honestly like, I wish I could have done like same day delivery so I could have it today. But yeah, I just waited too long. Yeah, it's gonna be a surprise. I'm not gonna reveal who is who on the lineup. If people that do know, please keep it a secret. I think it's gonna be really funny when it does get revealed who's who, and
do you have any links that you want to share?
Links?
Yeah.
I mean, you can check out my Twitter, my Instagram. They're just at DSdude. My Twitch is DSdude500. What else we got? Yeah, I would say ID3FM, but ID3FM died, so RIP ID3FM. That was where I first started trying DJing like over the internet for an audience, and I gotta say that was really fun because like it didn't have a lot of people on it, so I would be DJing and I would be on the front page of this app, and like people would tune into my stream and be like, yo, like holy shit, and I'd be like, damn, like people like this, like okay.
Dude, the next time you're on my stream, you have to talk about that. I didn't even know about that.
ID3FM? Yeah.
No.
It was it was like I found out about it through R23X because he was doing a stream on it. And I was like, oh, I should try that out. Yeah, and there's a program you have to use called Butt, as Isaac just put in the chat. It's for basically like broadcasting to the service. It's really weird. Sad they shut it down. But there was like no advertising, no restrictions on what you could play. It didn't like mute the audio ever. That was like dope. That was amazing, actually.
Thank you, Alex.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get some butt in the chat. Let's get some butt in the chat, honestly. Why not?
Butts. Let me see if I can have like a emote of a butt. I do. Ooh, it's Halloween style too.
A Halloween butt? I gotta see this.
Butt.
Oh, okay. Like with the little devil tail?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah. What else can I say? Yeah, I'm gonna be maybe doing some touch designer tutorials. Maybe I'll just do some live streams of it. It's been really difficult for me to keep working on it. You know, I moved in this past month, and that's kind of been like a arduous process of dealing with my old landlord who is like dragging his heels on the tenant swapping thing, because basically my old roommate's brother is taking my place on the lease. It's just like, yeah, landlords suck.
Yeah, fuck them.
The best landlord is the one that doesn't exist.
They don't exist. Oh wait, yeah, fuck all of them.
If you have a place that doesn't have a landlord, you're doing good. Yeah.
The DSdude. What?
The DSdude. I don't know. I don't know what NRail's saying.
Yeah. No idea what that means.
But yeah, seriously though, I can't stress enough how much fun this virtual memory is going to be. Like, this is, if you have been skipping them or sleeping on them, this is the one to come out to. Same thing, I'll say the same thing with Rosewood. The next Rosewood is going to be popping. The next two actually are going to be popping for different reasons. They're going to have different themes, kind of. The one that Kev has been working on that had to get postponed is going to be a lot of people from Titan Radio and like people who have played the in-person Rosewood events. That's who's going to be on Kev's lineup. Definitely don't miss that.
Do not miss that.
Seriously, like, I don't know what we can do to get more people to tune in for the streams, but damn, like, I feel bad that people are missing it. Like, I feel like people if they tuned in, they'd be like, oh yeah, this is amazing. Like, I like this. It's just getting people there is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Yo, Dan and August joining.
It's like we're basically done here. We have like a few more minutes. So, I mean, everyone should know, but SPF 420 is streaming at 7:20 p.m. Eastern time, and I don't know what time is that for you. That's why I decided to have my stream at, end at 7.
Right, yeah.
So you guys should have been here earlier. God dang
well,
it.
you have the VODs enabled on your channel, right?
Yes,
or you're recording
I do.
This?
This is gonna
okay,
be
good.
on for like about 2 weeks.
Don't pull it.
Uploading it to my YouTube.
Nice. Cool.
Also,
yeah.
I'm gonna talk about my next podcast. So I'm going to Washington to meet NRail, aka Nathan. So my next podcast is gonna be about NRail, and his music and where that started and all that. And we're gonna have fun. We're gonna, be together in the same room.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know when that's gonna start, but I will be posting about the times beforehand. And also, heads up, the week after next week, that Sunday, I am not going to have a podcast. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably mention that next time. But yeah, because I will be flying back to Florida.
Monorail. That's funny as fuck.
Monorail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is just general advice for anyone who's doing either video or audio live stuff. Make sure you're recording it. Even if it's like a practice thing, just record it, because I made the dummy mistake of not recording some amazing DJ sets I've done. And it's just what was I thinking? I don't know. I pulled a Daniel, basically, is how we were referring to it for the longest time. It would be hey, don't pull a Daniel, hit record on your ear.
Yeah. Well,
also recommend, if you're using Serato, change the default recording format. Make it a .wav, because seriously, the Apple proprietary format, trash, impossible to convert from. Yeah. That's all I gotta say, I think.
Thank you. If you want to say anything else, please.
Yeah, DDS kind of whatever. Anyway, stand NRail. I don't know.
That's amazing. All right, well that's.
I'm just kidding. Love you, Tech. I love you, James. I really
love everyone. Thank you for showing up to the podcast. I'm gonna do this every Sunday except that one Sunday. Every Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to talk about who maybe some of your upcoming guests could be, or are you gonna keep it secret?
Well, I'm gonna keep it secret.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, I'll say, I'll let you guys know ahead of time, but for now, we'll keep it secret.
For sure. All
right. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day and journey and stuff. Love you, Daniel. Thank you for joining me.
Whoops.
All right. Bye.